The 10-ounce bottle of the Extend treats 10 pounds of clothes. So what we'll do is get the clothes, put them in here. Well, probably better put the Extend in the water in there first, but got to get 3 or 4 gallons of water heated up, 120, 130 degrees. We'll put that in the cooler, 10 ounces of the Extend, and then put the clothes in there and make sure they're completely saturated, and then close the lid on the cooler. And just let it sit for at least 10 minutes. Probably just let it sit in there for 15 or 20 minutes. Because what happens is it expands the fabric, it expands the fibers, so that molecule can get down in there from the limb shield. The Extend can get down into those fibers and bond really good. You do the Extend like this, and you do it the right way, you're probably good for honestly 3 or 4 seasons.
And you can wash your clothes though?
It doesn't wash out.
Oh.
You can still wash it and it doesn't wash out. Now that's against human odor. Any kind of like sweat odor and body odor and stuff like that. Any kind of mold, mildew, and you can do any soft good. Backpack, your socks, your base layers is where you want to start. Socks, underwear, gloves, face mask, and anything that sweat's going to come in contact with.
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's what you want to treat. That's basically how you do it.
You got it down. Just do it.
Just do it. All right. So what we're going to do, we got to have at least 3 gallons of hot water to start with. And when I say hot water, you want it 120 to 150 degree range. Tap water is normally going to be about 120 degrees. For the Extend to work, to really get a good bond, get good adhesion, you want the items to soak in 120 degree or better water for 10 minutes or more. Well, obviously when you put room temperature clothes in with the 3 or 4 gallons of water with the mixture, it's going to cool that down. So we want to start with a higher temperature, like 140 degree water. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get a couple of gallons right out of the tap, hot water right out of the tap, and then we're going to heat up about 1.5 gallons water and get it 150, 160 degrees and mix it together. So we got like 140, 150 degree water to start with. We'll put our clothes in there, close the lid on the cooler, and just let it cook for about 10, 15 minutes. Alright, so we're just going to heat, this is about 1.5 gallons of water. We're going to add another couple of gallons right out of the tap, hot water out of the tap. But to get this to the 140, 150 degree mark, we're going to heat this up on the stove. We're not going to get it to a boil, but we're going to get it to the point where it's starting to think about boiling, and then we'll combine it with the hot tap water. That way we should have around 140, 150 degree water. Then we'll put our Extend in there and put our clothes in there, and we'll be in business. I'm just going to check it and see where our water's at. We're getting some steam. Give it about 3 or 4 more minutes. Check it again. That's getting about right. You see the steam coming off there.
We're getting ready to put the Extend on this, but I've got my base layers, I got my socks, I got my underwear, I've got my light jackets that doesn't have any scent control on them, but now I can make every bit of this scent control. Let me get
Yeah, you want to pour the whole bottle in it. It's easy thing to remember is 10, 10, 10. 10 ounces treats 10 pounds of clothes. You want to put it in a hot bath for 10 minutes or more. Then add the clothes, close the lid, and then we'll just let it cook for about 15 minutes.
All right, Jay, I got 10 pounds of clothes here.
Yeah, if you're wondering what 10 pounds of clothes looks like, I mean, you can step on scales with and without the clothes to kind of get an idea. But that's about what 10 pounds of clothes looks like. Double armful of clothes, about all you can tote, that's about 10 pounds of clothes. Extend basically means where, we're used to doing field spray before we go out hunting, letting it dry, and it's good for a hunt or two. The Extend gives you extended scent control for the whole season, actually multiple seasons, against any kind of replicated odor, human odor, any kind of body odor, fungal or mildew odors. This bonds long term, so it takes care of you for the whole season. And truth be told, you're probably good for 2 or 3 seasons if you do it right and you give it this hot bath treatment. 10 ounces of the Extend treats 10 pounds of clothes, and you just let it cook for about 10 minutes and you're good to go.
Got my underwear, socks going in.
That's just, that's just ordinary off the shelf
Yep.
camo there, and we're just turning it into scent control clothing.
Same thing about a jacket. Here I'm putting it in. My base layers, I want to do all my base layers in this because this is what's going to be touching my body. So I want to make sure all my base layers.
If you bought all this clothing in scent control, you'd probably be talking about $1,000 easily. Where these clothes, you've probably got, I don't know, $100, $150 in these clothes.
Yep.
The Extend sells for about $39.99. So you're able to treat
Got my gloves here.
this much clothing for $39.99, turn it into scent control clothing.
You want to make sure everything gets in the water. Because the hotter it is, those fibers will expand, and the more they expand, the more it's going to take. Boy, we're good. And that's it. That's it. All right, we'll get it going. Leave it in there at least 10 minutes. The longer you leave it, the better, though. We're good to go. All right, we're good. 10 minutes is up. You can leave it longer. We're gonna leave it in here just for 10 minutes now, but the longer you leave it, if you want to leave it 15 or 20 minutes, it's even better. So, where are we gonna put these, Jay? Let's get this. I'm gonna wring this out all I can. Set them over here and let them hang. Just air dry. You can throw them in a dryer, but I just like hang them up, let them air dry. And another thing about this, once you get this done, it actually serves as 2 purposes. This cooler here, this rugged cooler, it's now shouldn't have mold, mildew. I mean, for 2 or 3 years, you shouldn't have to worry about mold or mildew, anything in your coolers. So that's just an extra bonus there for your coolers. Throw my hat out there. Lay it out. Air dry.
Alright, so that's the last of the clothes. And once you're done, this solution is no good. It's not reusable. So you just pour it out. It's environmentally friendly though, so you can pour it out anywhere. It doesn't have any heavy metals in it, any toxic chemicals. So you're fine just to pour it out when you're done. So the molecule, the C5150 molecule, which is the active ingredient in the Extend and in the core body foam and in the spray, is non-toxic, safe for the environment, doesn't have any heavy metals or anything like that. So you just pour it out and your clothes are done, your cooler's treated, and you're good.